What's going on, baby?
Boom shakalaka!
All right.
Okay.
All
There we
right.
go. We got to get it hyped, though.
It
Okay.
is. It's so exciting. We got to be happy because Kevin Burt is here in his hometown. Oh, yeah, and the mayor. He's
No,
here.
we got to be excited because, well, first of all, we need to be excited because it's the North End Update with two fabulous hosts.
Oh,
But also, my guy is here in
Yes.
town, in the
Yes.
Tizown.
yes, and welcome everybody to Miss Rocki and Chaveevah North End Update Live because
There's always something good happening on the North End and everywhere else.
That's right.
Yeah, but I don't know if y'all heard it or not, but this is the best show on the internet.
Absolutely.
Bar none.
Hey,
I thought everybody knew that.
that's right.
Yeah. What's understood never needs to be explained. Understand that.
Oh, okay.
We got
Profound.
deep. Just
I
there.
know, right? Either one of these guys could get deep in any
There we
moment,
go.
Right? So be ready. Well, it's going to be another great show, of course. Today, our Give It Air segment will feature talking about Confederate flags and monuments that are being taken down.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. Stick around for that. And the birthday people, you know what's going on now, right?
You all are in for a special treat today, okay?
They
I
don't-
mean, we do the best we can, but I mean, really.
Right. And
Yes.
we don't have to count on the mayor backing us up because last time you acted like you couldn't hear right because I was over here in your left ear. You acted like you couldn't find your note.
You know what?
I ain't gonna say nothing bad. I was
Oh, we had a real singer here, though. Somebody was here. I mean, not. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on today.
I got this part.
all right.
This is the only time. This is the only time in my life where I have the ability to be able to cause I do this
Oh,
Yeah.
so that I can kind of hear the harmony, and I'm ready. I'm going with you.
Okay,
okay.
Caleb, do we have comments already or no?
He's holding
No,
up
I
the
saw you
comment
sign. I
sign.
thought,
Okay.
So you guys, I get to the happy birthday, dear. When I get there, you guys read off the names.
Oh,
Oh,
How many names are there?
we usually have like
a
42.
dozen.
There's
No,
a-
I'm just kidding.
We got 12 today.
12.
All right. So I will let y'all, or y'all just want me to, y'all want to read
We'll
the
read
names
them
and then I
first.
just do
A
happy
group.
birthday to all y'all.
Yeah.
I do
that
that.
one.
I got you.
We're
I'm
gonna
gonna add
do
a
just-
name to there too.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Can I add a name? Do I have? Do
Of
I have
course.
Yes, you do.
Of
Let
course.
me, let me see your pen.
There you go.
Oh,
I don't like how you just hand me the pen.
I'm
you just
reading. I'm reading.
Went, yeah, we're gonna work on that.
We want to congratulate Amy Cass for winning the ticket to see Kevin Burt tonight. So she will be there,
Yes.
and we'll be sitting with her at our table. We have a table there, North End Update table.
Outstanding.
So we'll be the rowdy ones.
Good.
Yeah, we'll try not to act like groupies because it's not very becoming of seasoned women.
And watch what y'all throw up on stage.
Right.
See?
All of that. All of that. Pocketbooks only, right?
We want to shout out to Dave Boson, Joyce Oakes, Blake Butts, and Latasha Williams.
Yes. And who else, Mayor?
Omar LaFleur, Michelle Porter, Will Frost, and condolences to Glory Dickens.
Yes. And also condolences to the Washington family for the loss of Romeo Washington, who recently passed.
Okay.
So we want to send out our love and condolences to those families and others, anybody that's going through something, because everybody is, always.
Absolutely.
So be kind. Exactly. Shout out to Mike Cook. He called and let us know that there's this engineering program at Hawkeye Community College. Are you
Right.
familiar with that?
Yeah. So shout out to Mike though because this has been for years. Mike has been a faculty member at the college. You know, Jerome Amos at one time and others have kind of worked with minorities in manufacturing, but now they're working with young people too. So my son was in the Ignite program and other young people where they're giving them a certification. Joy
Yes.
Briscoe and Kristen, and so Big T. So just a really incredible program, Ignite program with John Deere and with Hawkeye that are teaching our young people how to do engineering and different trades. So shout out for his patience.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about y'all,
yes.
you know, you talk to your own kids sometimes,
my
you be like,
goodness,
please, but
right.
they're there, they're stepping in and they're doing an incredible job. So shout out.
Yeah, and we definitely appreciate Mike Cook for making us aware of this because we have so many hidden jewels in our community, and then it's great to find out about it because that's what we want to do is let you know about the good news.
Right.
Right.
And just because you didn't make the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame doesn't mean that you're
Right,
not doing
then the blues.
incredible Blues Hall of Fame. Doesn't mean that you're not doing incredible things, right?
Right, right.
Just for the record, though,
Shout out.
I am in the Blues Hall of Fame.
All right.
I know. That's what I'm
we-
saying. That's what I'm saying.
He said
That's
for
what
the record, just for the
record.
record.
Folks, we do have comments.
Okay, yes. Caleb.
So, Lori Ann Dale.
Hey!
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Lori.
forgot to mention Lorianne, too.
Shout out to two
Oh,
of
yes.
my favorite men. You truly make us all look good.
All
right,
that's
yes,
right.
indeed.
Listen,
Thank
and the
you.
kids, they did their speeches last week, and a lot of them said, I wouldn't be in this program if it wasn't for Mrs. Dale.
Oh,
So shout out to
she
Mrs. Dale. I'm
is-
sorry about that. How can I?
Oh
ooh-wee.
no, Lori's always included. She is an advocate for young
And
people.
she's an unsung hero.
Exactly. So yeah, our show is brought to you in part by a grant from the Waterloo Community Foundation. We have to throw that in there. And also, if you'd like to be a sustaining collaborator, email us at northendupdate@gmail.com.
It's a cool way of saying it. Sustaining collaborator.
Yeah,
Yes.
help us out. We got an intern. We're going to introduce our intern next week. We're going to give him this week to kind of get acclimated
Yeah.
a little bit.
To decide if he wants to hang out with us.
Right.
Okay.
How could he not?
Right.
I mean, the honor and
Indeed.
privilege is his.
Yeah,
We
indeed.
actually met Caleb at the Elks Club when we were doing a little
Right.
talk to a group there. And Caleb stepped right up and said, I like what you're doing. And he thought he'd like to be a part. So
Okay.
it's always nice to have young people.
Wise beyond his years.
Wonderful how
Exactly.
those sort of things work out. Yep.
He's a little older than I thought because he had a mask on. I'm like, you got hair up under there or what? But he's I thought we had another 18-year-old, but he's a married man.
Oh, well,
so
okay.
he's a grown up. So we'll get to meet him next week. Don't miss that show. All right, Chaveevah, what about that Soul Town? Are you a subscriber, Kevin?
To Soul
Soul Town.
Nice. I am not, but now I will be.
Okay.
All right.
Absolutely. That's a good friend of mine on the
Love
cover
that.
right there.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, I really enjoyed just kind of skimming through here. Her name is Akwi, Ng
Yes.
thing, and
You
she
know
is
her.
just,
Yeah, she's a very good
Yeah.
friend. She's a spoken word artist, but also does
Artist.
but also a tactile artist.
Yes.
Oh.
It does incredible work. I'm familiar with a lot of her artwork, and I'm a fan.
All
Yeah.
right.
And
Multi-talented.
works with the Waterloo Community School District too. So
Yeah.
doing incredible work.
Yeah.
Super duper. And you can read more about her and her
And-
name again.
Akwi.
Akwi.
Yes,
Yes.
on the top cover, and more, so much more. And actually, you can press play and watch this show in the digital version.
Yes, you can.
The best show on the internet. So,
And if somebody wants a copy of the Soul Town Mayor, what do they need to do?
They can either go to Earth Beauty Supply at 704 Franklin Street, or they can go to the soultownmagazine.com, or they can contact Chillin themselves directly at 319-505-4020. So multiple ways to receive the Soul Town. It's delivered to my office, so I
Right.
feel, a little,
Oh, all
feel a little
right.
bit of privilege right now, but
well, you should.
yeah.
And you should also get it delivered. I mean, you are the mayor.
I gravitate to all of those things that are positive.
All right.
All right. Well, today we're in our Give It Air segment. A lot of times we like to focus on some things that don't get talked about a lot. And this, ever since that crazy summer of 2020, we have kind of made a special point to give air to some sometimes difficult or divisive subjects. And this week we're talking about the Confederate flag and monuments and what they mean. Chaveevah.
Well, when you think about, I mean, a lot of people don't really realize or recognize what the Confederacy stands for. When they see the stars and bars, they just think, oh, heritage. But it's way deeper than that, of course. The heritage or so-called heritage or whatever is basically, I'm sorry, straight, no chaser, it's about slavery and white supremacy. Period,
And
point blank.
President Alexander Stephens.
No, he's the vice
I was going to
president.
say, I never heard of him as
Yeah.
a president. The vice president, the Confederacy vice president, Alexander Stephens, said in his speech on March 21st, 1861, that slavery and white supremacy were the reasons for seceding from the United States and the cornerstone of the Confederacy. So when you talk about states' rights, that was one of the rights that we're talking about.
Right.
The right to have slaves.
And in the Articles of Secession of 5 or 6 southern states, it was specifically mentioned that slavery was the reason why. And in the Texas Articles of Secession, it was mentioned 21 times. So there's no mistaking what the intent was. So it's more than just heritage. Yeah.
So we just, I don't know if you guys want to comment. A lot of times we don't ask our guests to comment because it's not anything that, really you need to talk about if you don't feel comfortable talking about it. But
No. For me, I spend a lot of time traveling, and I get a chance to experience different waves of what that means. There was a little bit of a controversy in the blues world, as a matter of fact, with an artist who used to keep the stars and bars on their website and played blues music. And it's for too many people. And again, to have it shared and have the information available to at this point in our lives to stand up and proclaim ignorance to the intent of the secession and what the true meaning of that is. The one thing that I have noticed, though, is that we have forsaken one symbol, and we've started to see the uprise of others.
Yes.
Things that have taken the place of, still in flag form, but have taken the place of the stars and bars. But the intent is still the same, is from a standpoint of, we want ours. This is yours, we want ours. But again, it should be, we spend a lot of time focused on those symbols, the flags of whatever, and we forget about that oath that we take to the one that we covet so much, that the one with the 50 stars and the stripes. And quite honestly, if we don't pay attention to the last line of the oath,
that's right.
then there should be nothing but upheaval for all of us. We should all be upset about that. That last line of the oath reads, "With liberty and justice
That's
for
right.
all."
For all.
And if we're not
For who?
For all.
For who?
Everybody.
And
That's
so if we're
everybody.
not living up to that, that should be a point of contention for everyone.
And just really quickly too, information is power, knowledge is power, right? So if we are able to begin to understand from whence we come, not live back there, but understand the systems and structures that are put in place, that gives us all the opportunity and advantage to be able to change those things moving forward in the future. And that plan and that vision and that economic roadmap may not look the same, right? And, it's up to us to be able to decode and decipher ways to move our communities forward. But I am just thankful that we're giving this some air.
Yes.
Because that's important. But it's not important so that it's something to hold us back, but it's important because we need to do things to move us forward. So thank you, ladies, for that.
Yes, you're welcome. And just one final point is that I think monuments and flags and things should make us feel proud. And if we're not proud of what they stand for, then I don't think they should be.
And those things that have run their course, that's what museums are for.
Yes,
They don't have to be
right.
in the public eye. They can be in a museum and we can learn lessons from those things.
Definitely an important part of the history to keep moving. But we had to get that little air, Chaveevah.
That's right, because exposure is,
The
some
best-
say it's the best, what is
Disinfectant.
it? Thank you.
Well,
That's
well,
right.
well, you know, even a hot air balloon, right? You let out some air to go higher sometimes, right? So,
Okay, right.
so you gotta let it out so that you can continue to go higher. I think that's the way it goes. Does it go down? I don't know.
no.
It sounded good. I should have just rolled with it, right?
Moving on.
Okay.
Is Agnes saying something in your ear, Caleb? Like the time or anything? Okay. So anyway, breaking news. This just out, and we got to talk to the mayor about this. This is
right.
brand new, and Mayor, I know you in a lot of stuff going on these days. But we just got this in, hot off the press.
Uh-oh. Let me sit back. Let me get in my stands to think, because something's about to get air. Shoot,
We
I don't
have a
know.
lot of community people that are really raising Cain
Are they?
about the cats.
About the who?
Cats.
The cats. I hear you turning loose cats after you spayed them and neuter them in the
No,
communities.
that was some. So, okay. So are they going to be killed? What do you call it when you put them to sleep?
Euthanized. Yeah,
I'm
tell
sorry.
us about that whole story. Because
So it's not
everybody's
going to
confused.
happen. That was
Okay.
just a
See,
proposal that was
rest
put in
assured.
place. You know, they spayed and they neutered, do all those things, and then if the folks that had the property or the locations was okay, they would bring them back. If they're not okay, they wouldn't bring them back. And so it
so
did.
you
It
have
never
a
happened. It
choice.
was a proposal. It never happened. It'll come back without that in there. So don't get that air. That is, I mean, it had to be approved.
late.
It's not approved. What they wanted to do was test to see how this works. And if it doesn't work, then they would have changed it. But it's not going to happen. It will come back to council. It's not even right.
Wow,
right.
I'm so glad.
I'm glad that
people-
was it, because
I
there's
know,
a number
right?
of things. There's a number of things. I got all light.
Just let it go.
I know, right? We were trying to give you a break
Man,
today.
I done heard more people talk.
Nah,
Nah, but you're right though. I done heard more people talk about cats than human life.
okay, right, right.
It sounded
I done heard more people rally about that in economic development for
Listen,
the community,
as
right?
as a musician, one of the things I do a lot of events for community building. But honestly, if you want to do a fundraiser, for even a free medical clinic, you get some folks that'll show up. You're doing a fundraiser for the domestic violence project in Iowa City, quite a few people will show up. You do a fundraiser
For some cats.
for kids for school supplies. Yeah, some folks will show up.
Right.
You do a fundraiser for a non-kill shelter in certain parts of this, you'll get thousands.
You get a movement.
You get a movement, you know, and
movement.
it blows my mind that folks care more about cats and dogs than they do about
Human life.
human lives.
That's right.
It's a thing.
That's a song.
Sing.
It's coming. It's coming.
Okay, we got to keep it moving. We did have some things for the mayor, and we got to talk to Kevin too, Chaveevah. Where am I? I stuck my gum on the paper, and I ain't right since.
Did you?
Okay.
Okay.
We got about 4 minutes left.
No,
This is
we
going
don't.
good.
Okay, let's talk to Kevin, Chaveevah. What you got for Kevin?
Well, actually, I don't have any questions for you, Kevin.
Kevin, talk
I just
to
want to say
us.
thank you. We really appreciate you being here. Talk about your schedule, your travel schedule of late. Seems like you've been kind of busy.
Yeah, you know, as a musician, you know, of course, COVID shut down the world. Matter of fact, when COVID happened, I was on tour in California, and it shut me down. I got home, and from that point forward, I had roughly 19 months of nothing.
Wow.
And except for online shows, and I created a thing in my neighborhood called Truckload of Soul, where I got a car dealership,
We shared your video.
a car dealership to sponsor me with a truck that had power outlets in the bed, and I hook my PA up and I drive in the neighborhoods and just sing.
Yeah.
You know, folks would come out the house, sit in the driveways, everybody was separated, everybody was apart. And I even had a thing where folks could Venmo tips kind of thing, so they didn't even have to walk up to the truck.
How creative.
And
so
so,
many had to be creative.
You know, outside the box was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
And so as the world started to get, say, fish and start to heal, it started to trickle, but now that people have turned the faucet wide open. And 2 weeks ago, I was on the East Coast touring. I got back from there, took off. I was in Colorado last week. Just got back from there. I'm home this week doing this thing, but then I jump on a plane on Tuesday, and I'm headed to Seattle.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Well, welcome
yeah,
home.
the opportunities have, they're coming back.
Good,
Yeah.
good. And your beautiful wife, Nicole,
Yes.
and your gorgeous daughters, one looks just like you. I gotta ask, because I've always wondered, I think it's Phoebe, the one that looks the most like you, the football player.
Well, there's Phoebe and Delaney. Both of them played football.
Oh, they did?
Both of them played football. Delaney did it between elementary school and junior high. They had a tackle league in Iowa City, and she played football to prove to the boys that wouldn't
Okay.
pick her when she was in grade school.
There you go.
She ended up in they had a 7-game season. She had 14 sacks and was the best offensive line.
Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
That
no,
is a girl after my own heart.
Yeah, and then
Just do it.
Phoebe played her last 2 years of high school. Played offensive guard, defensive tackle.
I know Phoebe sings, right?
Phoebe sings also. Well,
Oh,
both girls do sing. Phoebe she's more out there. Delaney's a little bit more of an introvert. Yeah.
I gotta ask because I've always wanted to know. Did you name her after Phoebe Snow? Is that because I
Yeah.
love Phoebe Snow? Is one of my favorite.
I
female
think
vocalists.
that played into my wife. My wife actually chose the name Phoebe.
Okay.
And I stuck my middle name kind of in there to make sure I was
Okay.
part of it. So it's
Sure.
Phoebe Ray, and so yeah. So
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
So it's a long story, and we don't have time for it now, but you have to tell him sometime about the story when we played football against each other.
Oh, you.
We're not going to talk about it. We made up.
Oh, you made up.
We love each other. I love him now. Afterwards, right?
You
just got in the way,
I
man.
hope it wasn't tacky.
After I woke up,
You just got in the way,
after I
man.
woke up, did he say woke up or after I was awakened? After
like
about
a
5
whole-
minutes laying on the ground?
You just got.
That sounds like
just,
a whole story.
you was in the wrong spot, man.
Just got in the way.
A whole nother show.
bad
I was
decision.
laid out like this, and I got they were like, "What day is it?" I'm like, "Day,
What month? What
Stars and birds.
day." I know what the year is. I don't know what the day is. Why is that important?
It was a screenplay, and he just ended up
He didn't get
all
it.
by himself,
Oh,
with me between the ball carrier and him.
oh no! I
Okay.
can see the visual is hard to
I
look
couldn't
at.
see it. When I woke up, I was like, "Oh, man, where am I at?"
Okay, well,
All right,
we
anyway.
made a lot of light on this show, and it's so fun. But
I love you, Q.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet. See, they're making up. You saw it here on the dinner update. They brotherly love for real. Okay, so we got to tell everybody what we've learned. What are we? I want to ask the mayor a couple questions too, because we want to ask you about. We had that good note from Mr. Cook, Mike
Yes,
Cook.
yes.
He told us about the good things happening out there, Hawkeye College, and we know that 24/7 Black said, what was it, 2 years ago? Tell us what's going on that is more positive, like Black excellence right here in town. You were naming off some names last week that, when I talked to you on the phone, and things that are good that are positively happening.
From the Black perspective?
Black perspective,
Well-
North End perspective.
Well, one, 24/7 has graduated, close to 35, 40 Black businesses within the last 18 to 20 months. They've been working on the SHIFT program and IGNITE
Yes.
program to help, white, all kids, but
Sure.
specifically with an intention on helping young people of color learn engineering and various types of skills and internships. I mean, you take a look overall at just our downtown, you take a look at our moving towards increasing our housing efforts, but hopefully all throughout all of this, we're starting to move the needle in those areas where they said that we had some lack. And the city of
Right.
Waterloo, just
So
overall
glad.
across the entire United States, very popular. One, you take a look at the Harvard work that was just done a couple weeks ago. And then Honeywell is working with the City of Waterloo to develop a smart city strategy. We just got $20.5 million to redo LaPorte Road.
Awesome.
So just all in all, you know, good things are happening for this city. And of course, that doesn't take us away from the realities and the challenges we face.
Sure.
But we're starting to move this community forward in the right way.
Good, good. And that's for all people. But since the 24/7 Wall Street pointed out the black situation, we thought we would say that we are making strides and doing some great things here in Waterloo. So we're running out of time, but we do want to sing happy birthday. Kevin, did you have something else that you wanted to sing or play?
I'll do whatever there's time for.
Did
need
you
a
happen to
two-part
make up a
series.
song about like us?
Freestyle.
I'm just
I have a
kidding.
particular set of skills. You know.
Oh, I know that's right. I know that's right. So let's read off our birthday people first, okay?
Yeah,
And
we
then
already
we'll
told
have
them
that
they have
all
a
done.
Can I go
special treat
last?
coming.
Can I go
Yes,
last? during
yes,
this?
yes, of course, okay. Gail LaFleur, happy birthday. Dean Wagner, my cousin Patty Ray, Toya Hunter, Kia Mabry, and Janice Lane. Ooh,
Ewart, yep, happy
okay.
birthday.
Chaveevah.
All right, Valerie Norman, Alice Rarrett, Blue Meadows, Mills Culpepper,
Yeah.
Angela Frizzell Jones, Keemosha Murphy, hey, Mama Key, and
And-
Phil Specht.
And Mayor, you have one more?
Yep, just two more, three more. Joe Collier, Deborah Harmon, and also my mom, Lily Hart.
Lily
Her
Hart.
birthday
We
was
said
this
her
past
name
Monday. You
last
said last
week.
week? Oh, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
we did.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
she
Get
did,
another shout out.
Hey, you got to give it
Yes.
another shout out. I'm trying to earn points as I can.
Oh, sweet lady. We love Miss Lily Hart. And Mr. Grossi.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, so I get to do this part.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, all y'all from the best show on the internet.
Say that.
Happy birthday to all of you.
Wow.
right.
Thank you.
I mean, was it that much better than when I do it?
Oh my goodness, it's not even close.
Not even close, is it?
There's no comparison. I mean, once Kevin Burt opens his
Oh, I
mouth,
thought you were talking. Oh, see, you could have left it at that. And people could have
Okay,
just, no, good job.
No more good now the rest of the night. But there's more, or do you have another song that you were going to play for us real quick as we go out?
Let's
you brought
see.
that
I should
guitar.
I should probably I'll keep it up. This is a little song I put together. It's called "Should Never Left Me Alone." It goes like this here. I wanna tell you right now, baby, since you're walking out that door, all your so-called good friends be coming round my way and calling me on the telephone, saying it's a shame to see a good man. That's me, baby. Sitting home all by himself, yeah. Telling me how much better off I am. Now that you done put our love up on the shelf, I wanna tell you right now, baby, you should've never left me alone, no. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you, darling? Should've never left me alone. Now all you so-called good friends, well, they've been running around conspiring, spreading all kind of rumors and stories about me. I talk about how I'm out there cheating and lying. Well, oh, when you heard them stories, baby, you did exactly what they wanted you to do. Yes, you did, honey. You didn't come and talk to me at all, did you, baby? You just took them stories for the truth. Oh, I wanna tell you right now, baby, should've never left me alone, no. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you, though, now, child? You should've never left me alone, no.
Hey.
Now listen up here, baby. Well,
What?
Let me give a little piece of advice. Now you can take it or you can leave it, honey. Just understand this right here. This is the last time I'm gonna be this nice, so hear me now, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Next time you get yourself a good man, honey, you better keep him to yourself. Yeah. As soon as your so-called good friends find out about it, he gonna be sitting right next to me, getting dusty on this soil used to be shelf. I wanna tell you right now, babe, you should never left me alone. No.
Wow.
Are you hearing what I'm saying to you, darling? I'm just saying, should've never left me by myself. Put our love up on that shelf. No, 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 no. You should've never left me alone. No.
Wow.
Hey! Wow. Oh, that was fantastic. Beautiful.
Cannot wait for tonight. Ah, y'all better come on out and see Kevin Burt play tonight at the Brown Derby. We'll be there. Stop by our table.
Yeah, and
Yes.
the food's gonna be fantastic.
Oh.
The entertainment's gonna be fantastic, and that, you know, your neighbors are gonna be fantastic.
Oh,
All right.
thank
We all
you
gonna be
so
here.
much. We're gonna be there. And Rodney's, oh girl, he had that catfish and okra. Just give me some okra and some hot sauce. I'll be fine.
I know that's right.
It's going to be great. Thank you guys for watching. I think we're over time. I don't hear Agnes. We got a new intern. We could tell him anything.
Right,
See?
right.
Okay, folks,
Okay.
we definitely want to remind you to keep doing
Yes.
more of what makes you awesome. Like
Mayor
our Mayor
Hart
Hart and
and
also
Kevin
like Kevin
Burt.
Burt. Because it makes us all look good.
See us next night. See you
Big
next
love,
time.
everybody.